We'll discover what's new in WWE after Roman Reigns recently made a spectacular comeback and a twist was previously revealed. We'll also check in on Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair's latest developments. Roman Reigns' significant comeback during the March 10th Raw episode kicked things off. Many fans anticipated Roman Reigns would make a comeback there, and they did just that. Inside that steel cage, CM Punk and Seth Rollins were pushing each other to the limit. They continued to kick out of everything that was thrown at them, striking each other with limitless finishers, super finishers, and stealing each other's finishers. Of course, all you have to do to win a steel cage bout is ask for the door to open and exit the cage, which both men had multiple chances to achieve. But Punk and Rollins made it plain to one another that they preferred a conclusive win, with a real pinfall inside the ring above that cheesy escape triumph. Both men were intent on obtaining that, but Roman Reigns unexpectedly showed up and seized Seth Rollins from the cage while the door was open. Given the rules of the steel cage battle, Roman's removal of Seth from the cage counts as Seth Rollins' escape victory against CM Punk. Even though Roman had no intention of helping Rollins win the bout and would never attempt to do so. According to history, Seth will have defeated Punk. But in reality, it was a sloppy conclusion in which neither guy really prevailed, so it was a means of keeping them safe. Roman's continuous complete destruction of Seth Rollins, which is understandable given what transpired at Royal Rumble when Seth Rollins attempted to put Roman on the shelf in order to prevent Roman from attending WrestleMania, is retaliation for Seth and Punk's bullying of each other. Thus, Roman's reappearance was mostly directed at Seth Rollins. Roman will eliminate Seth Rollins whenever he has the chance because, in addition to the events of Royal Rumble, Seth has always been a bothersome thorn in his side. There was no significant animosity between Punk and Roman, unlike that between Roman and Rollins, and it now appeared that Roman had no actual plans to target CM Punk. But the moment Roman Reigns peered into the steel cage and saw Paul Heyman genuinely caring for CM Punk and attempting to help him stand again while conversing with him was the tipping point for him. Roman's attitude changed the moment he saw that. Roman went into the ring and defeated CM Punk. And it seems that Roman's primary motivation for attacking Punk was jealousy over Heyman's obvious affection for CM Punk. Paul Heyman is right at Roman's side, guiding him and recognizing every little element of the effort Roman was making on the attack during a routine assault on almost anyone. But on March 10th, Roman took great offense because Paul Heyman was so preoccupied with CM Punk that he couldn't give a damn about what Roman was doing. Paul Heyman would be standing above Seth Rollins and next to Roman if Punk weren't present. However, Roman does not like that Paul Heyman is becoming distracted due to Punk. It's also important to remember that Roman violated his particular pledge to Paul Heyman at the same time as he attacked CM Punk. In the spring of 2024, Paul Heyman disclosed that out of respect for him, and because Punk is a very special person to him, Roman Reigns had promised Heyman that neither he nor any other Bloodline member would ever touch CM Punk. From 2023 to March 10, 2025, Roman Reigns fulfilled his pledge to Paul Heyman, which was formally broken and shattered on that date. Paul Heyman watched in horror as Roman Reigns mercilessly lay CM Punk out in the middle of the steel cage ring, and he was only a few inches away. For almost 5 years, Paul Heyman has been devoted to Roman Reigns, with the exception of a brief period during their conflict with Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman has consistently gone above and beyond for Roman Reigns in every manner possible. Paul Heyman stuck to his promise to Roman Reigns and remained faithful through thick and thin. Even in 2024, when Roman was entirely absent from action and Heyman was under pressure to recognize Solo Sikoa as the tribal chief. However, Roman was unable to fulfill his pledge to Paul Heyman to refrain from touching CM Punk, and as a result, he broke that promise. It is preparing CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns for a fierce non-title triple threat bout. This triple threat blends complex plots with a great deal of hate. You have Roman and Seth's lengthy history together, Punk and Rollins' intense animosity for one another, and now there is this conflict between Roman and Punk over Paul Heyman's allegiance. There are other smaller stories that come together to form this enormous triple danger. Matchup at WrestleMania. CM Punk's special favor from Paul Heyman was one item that the commentators brought up once more during Raw's closing moments. Since Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns are now actively involved with CM Punk's WrestleMania program, the large favor payoff should occur during this road to WrestleMania period, even though word of the favor has subsided in recent weeks. Fans also noticed a little detail. On March 10th, Punk and Heyman were reportedly having a talk within the steel cage. Heyman and Punk did had a few minutes to whisper something into each other's ears as Roman was tending to Seth Rollins outside the ring. The details of their conversation are still unknown, but it must be assumed that whatever Punk and Heyman discussed must have been a prelude to the major disclosure of the special favor. And given Paul Heyman's intense affection and concern for CM Punk, as well as Roman's recent defection and breach of his vow to refrain from attacking Punk, it raises the possibility that Heyman's departure from Roman could be the major plot twist in this case. CM Punk hinted that Paul Heyman would likely not feel comfortable with the request during their conversation and tease. The most popular fan idea is that Punk intended to ask Heyman to quit Roman's side and return to manage him full-time, much like in the past. Since the beginning, that has been the most popular fan theory, and it appears to be still very much alive, and well following that incident on March 10. Thus, Punk will still have the upper hand in this whole situation when these three guys square off in a triple threat match at WrestleMania 41. How precisely might it alter the course of events here? And is it something that will surprise Roman and Rollins? A significant moment for the women's world title battle at WrestleMania 41 was also included in the March 10th edition of Raw. Io and Bianca were promoting their WrestleMania match with a very polite and courteous interview part. But at that point, a furious Rhea Ripley goes to the ring to attack Bianca Belair, ignoring Io's presence entirely. Because Bianca realizes she can't defeat Rhea Ripley, Rhea scolded her for supporting Io and wanting Io to win. Bianca ought to have left Raw last week to deal with that tumultuous issue with her pals, according to Rhea. Io Sky was completely forgotten during this entire altercation. Io attempts to approach, but both Rhea and Bianca shove him back angrily. Io finally loses it and slaps them both, displaying the title and reaffirming that she is the victor and will not be relegated to the background. The brief but exquisitely pleasant segment, it features a compelling storyline and appears to be a triple threat for the women's world title at WrestleMania. It's a lot of fun to play with the fact that Rhea and Bianca have tunnel vision for each other and aren't really paying attention to Io Sky. Both of them are great friends with Io and respect her, but as a result of their recent tension and conflict, they treat Io like a bothersome third wheel who gets in their way, and Io isn't putting up with it. As the segment came to an end, Io reminded everyone that she is the champion and not the challenger, and she is demanding respect in order to maintain her title at WrestleMania and emerge victorious. Io Sky exploits Rhea and Bianca's intense focus on one another. The match can proceed in one of two ways, or, since Rhea and Bianca didn't pin each other at WrestleMania 41, Io Sky is in this match to just take the pin from them, opening the door for a future singles contest between them. These are the two primary outcomes for this game, and we'll have to watch which way they go. However, what do you think of the stories from today? Please share your thoughts below. Remember to subscribe with all alerts enabled, and hit like if you liked it. I appreciate you everyone watching.